This video is brought to you by Granger Motors, where you can save up to $1,300 on a factory extended warranty on your new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Chrysler vehicle.
This is one of the very first production, brand new, first ever Ram 1500 RHO super trucks. And we are in our favorite place, Moab, Utah. So on this episode, it's Ram RHO versus Fins and Things. Let's do this. Oh! Ooh, that was a side step. Is my bumper gonna hit?
Most likely about 4 inches away.
Did it plow? This trail is rated 4 out of 10 on the Onyx Offroad rating scale. That doesn't sound too crazy, but if you've been watching this channel for some years, you know it's got some hairy points. So in order to continue or start this trail, I'm gonna go all the way. I'm gonna go to rock mode, which, and the truck is asking me to go to 4 low. So I need to shift to neutral. I'm gonna hold this button for a couple of seconds. It's gonna give me a little beep. And it's very easy to do, and it actually disables traction control, stability control as well, and I also have a locking differential that I can engage. So I'll be using all of the tools available to me. Okay, so the first named obstacle on this trail we have is the V-notch. I'm climbing up towards it right now, and I'm gonna use my 360-degree cameras and also the front camera in this case, because this hood is big and tall, so I need to kind of, as much visibility as I can manage, I wanna do. The V-notch is a test of approach departure angles. So I have 31 degrees of approach, which is near class leading and quite good. The front bumper is quite good. I have 22 degrees of breakover, which we'll test later. And I have 25 degrees of departure. And I might actually scratch my hitch, or maybe not. No, that's good. That's why the RHO is currently the top dog on the Ram pedestal of off-roaders. It's because it does have the clearance, almost 12 inches, 11.8 inches of ground clearance, and it does have the clearances in the angles to clear obstacles like that. All right, so this truck is starting out in a really great way. There's a crow flying over. Thank you, crow. But this, hey, I'm filming here, okay? What is this guy doing? Okay, this is currently Ram's top dog, and the TRX is no more, right? This truck looks like the TRX, but underneath the hood is a new engine. This is a 3-liter straight 6 twin turbocharged high output engine. So this is currently the best and the most powerful power plant you could get in this truck. 540 horsepower and 521 pound-feet of torque, and an 8-speed automatic. Yes, so it doesn't have a big burly supercharged V8, but this torque should be plenty for me to tackle this slow-moving terrain. Even though this truck prefers to run at top speed in the desert, I want to see if it actually can crawl over some serious boulders. It's really amazing what happens when you off-road on the same trail, because we've been coming to Fins and Things for about, I want to say 10 years now. Well, Roman's been here longer. I've been here for about 10 years.
All right, Andre.
How am I doing, Jen?
Go a little to the passenger. Straighten it out. Come to driver.
Okay.
Very nice.
And this trail keeps changing. Like every time I'm on it, it's just...
Little more to the driver.
So this truck is 88 inches wide. Basically, that's kind of without the mirrors. And so it's a really kind of a large vehicle. It's full size. It's got a 145-inch wheelbase approximately. And having a spotter like Jen in this case, and also having other people in your crew, maybe multiple vehicles, would be so preferred, because if something terrible happens, there's nobody here right now. It's December in Moab, and it's kind of a little bit out of season. It's quite cool. It's about 35 degrees outside. Okay, I'm approaching the frame bender. And so that's really a test of first ground clearance, a bit of traction because you're sliding down slick rock, and also just the departure angle, which is 25 degrees like I told you. But what I really don't want to do is I really don't want to scrape my exhaust pipes, my rear bumper. I might touch my rear hitch, which I'm okay with, but I really don't want to damage the exhaust system at all. Yeah, the RHO still has the Benstein Blackhawk E-squared shocks. These are live, continuously adjustable, dual valve. You could see these dual valves right here. And there's a little control wire coming to it, and there's a remote reservoir. You can kind of see some fluid going to a remote reservoir. So this is very fancy, but it's not identical to the TRX because the engine is different. What they did was the weight bias of this truck is different. So there's 150 pounds less on the front axle. So the weight is a little bit more balanced. So they had to retune the suspension. So, and then they've learned everything from the TRX program as well. So this is the latest suspension, and I think it's quite good. And I'm in rock crawl mode, so I want to see how it reacts when I really articulate it here. And then the tires. So I already kind of briefly mentioned it, but these are Goodyear Wrangler Territory ATs, 325 65 R18. So actually these are quite wide, wider than most tires in the segment, and basically a 35-inch tall tire. So this is a very similar, maybe a slightly wider tire than what's available on the F-150 Raptor 35. But this is basically the only way you can get it. You cannot get a 37 from the factory, at least right now, in the RHO. Jen, it's kind of iced over. This is kind of north facing here. I'm a little bit nervous because I need traction to slow myself down. Okay, camera on. I'm gonna select my off-road page on the front screen. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous because I've done this many times, but not on ice. Actually, I'm gonna cheat a little. I don't know if I can maintain my slow speed. I'm gonna go super slow. But I am heavy, and I actually didn't have lunch yet. I mean, breakfast yet. Oh! Oh, sorry. I'm okay. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. Please don't bang the frame. Don't bend it. All right, now my rear end. My poor rear end. Okay, I think I touched a little bit. Did I, Jen?
Just a tiny bit.
Okay, but I don't think I flattened the exhaust pipe. Can you look at my exhaust pipe with the camera? How am I looking?
Pipes look good.
Okay.
If anything, maybe a tiny bit on the hitch, but really I'm not seeing a lot.
Well, the hitch is kind of the strongest place because it's tied into the frame, right? And as much as I hate scratching anything, I would rather touch a little bit of the hitch, right? Because it's a really strong part
Right.
of the truck.
I mean,
So-
exhaust tips look great.
All right, I'm happy. This truck is doing pretty well so far.
Yeah.
Jump in. All right, so what if you fell in love with Moab like we did, and you want to keep coming back here with this truck for years to come, 5, 7, 8, 10 years? Well, one thing you can do is you can get factory-backed extended warranty from Granger Motors. Use the link in the description of this video below. You could save up to $1,300, and you could cover the powertrain, some of the suspension components, tech components inside this vehicle, which there's a lot going on inside. So check it out, and you could cover it factory-backed, not third-party, into the future, and you could service your vehicle at any dealership countrywide. This surface is iced over also, and this is not good. This is One Tree Hill. One Tree Hill is a really steep climb, and the other part about this is that I can slide into the tree. That's why we call it One Tree Hill. My rear locker is engaged. I'm gonna try to get as much traction as I can. Oh, I'm sliding! Okay, I did it. That's the worst feeling when you're going sideways. If you want to go straight and there's an obstacle. I maintain momentum. All okay. This truck does not belong to me. This truck belongs to Ram. This is a pressed vehicle, and you know, I don't want to make that phone call. I just ripped the side of the bed of your truck because I was climbing in Moab. I don't want to make that phone call. Okay, now butt scratcher is coming up. Jen, I wanted to check out the path because it's a little bit slick, and I don't want to fall down either. I am wearing my Salevas, by the way. Be careful, also don't fall. So Jen, I think what happened here is, you see that path? That was my rear tire.
Oh yeah.
And I think what happened was, my front had traction over up here, and it really helped me because my rear end was sliding towards the tree, and you can kind of see the path of that tire going that direction. But even though I don't have a front locking differential on this truck, it has brake distribution, and it was, I think, acting very, very quickly because I really didn't feel a lot of slip. Did you see any?
No, it actually looked like it was pretty easy.
Okay, so that's a big testament to how the software on this truck is controlling the four-wheel drive system. I think that's really good. This truck has a luxurious package that I'll show you later, but the payload rating is 1,315 pounds. So this is still a quite heavy truck. Thank you, Jen. Sorry, you're almost falling there with the camera. So the gross vehicle weight rating is 7,800 pounds. If you take 7,800 minus 1,300, that means this truck weighs almost 6,500 pounds. And it has the level 1 group, adaptive cruise control with hands-free mode on the highway. It's got massaging seats. It's got the bigger screen. It's got heated and ventilated rear seats. So it's got so much luxury built into it, but it adds a bit of weight. So that worries me a little bit on this trail.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is one of the last obstacles. It's called butt scratcher, and really it's because your rear bumper could get scratched. And mainly I'm trying to limit the scratching to the hitch. If I can get away with that, I think it's a success. If I don't get away with that, what that tells me is that this truck is too big. I already touched something. So I'm approaching it, the big obstacle here. Approaching it. And of course it's iced over. Jen, how's my passenger tire doing? Is it past the rock?
Looks good.
Okay.
If you go straight, you're good.
So I don't know if I'll be sliding. I might be sliding, Jen. All right, I've been coming here many times a year, every year, but if you're not familiar with this, Onyx Off-Road Maps, it's an amazing tool because, for example, here it shows you alternate routes, cutoffs. You could check current trail conditions. You can see reports from people who have been here before. For example, I'm here on a little alternate route right now. So this is a super great tool. You can get a discount if you use TFL Off-Road code. Check it out using the link in the description below. And you can see different various difficulties as well.
A little bit, yeah.
So these tires, I mean, these are Territory ATs. They're quite good. They're good for high speed. The top speed of this truck is rated at 118 miles per hour. The 0 to 60 is rated at 4.6 seconds. And this is another one of those like 30-degree type of deals where I'm trying to hit this obstacle square. Normally I wouldn't. A lot of obstacles you take diagonally in order to kind of alleviate some of the... Is my bumper gonna hit?
Most likely you're about 4 inches away.
Did it plow?
No, not yet. I think you might clear.
All right, so the front end is awesome. What about my rear end? The rear end might be an issue. And the reason why I'm hitting it square is because otherwise I'll be at an angle and hitting my exhausts that are hanging down. And this, that's one element of this truck. The bumper step?
The bumper's good, it's just the passenger step.
Oh, it was this guy?
Yeah, that little step. I mean, not terrible. For you.
It still works.
It totally works.
So I did scratch it, you're absolutely right. So actually, this is helpful to get into the bed. You do have all that payload like I talked about. Also has about, what, 84 to 8,500 pounds of towing capacity. But for off-roading, that's not great, Jen, right?
No, it kind of gets in the way a little bit.
And, oh boy, I may have to call Ram about this. Ouch. But overall, it's quite good actually. And the exhaust is in good condition. And the front,
I don't think the front touched.
the front is in good condition. It's amazing.
Wow.
And the tires, we did not air down this time,
No,
Jen.
we didn't.
So, and on purpose, because I knew I needed clearance. So I kind of want to do one more thing, Jen. All right, there's another tiny obstacle here. I want to see the truck going upwards again, not just downwards. Ooh, that was a side step. Oh, you know what? This truck could use a 37 maybe. Maybe Ram in the future. I mean, they've shown several SEMA concept vehicles, TRXs, RHOs. Just this year, just a month ago, they showed a RHO on 37s. So maybe that could be an additional package people could choose. Or I guess you could do it yourself. When you buy this truck, you could maybe change out the tires depending on your taste. and depending on what you want to do. So overall, I've been super happy. Yes, I put a couple of nicks on this truck, a couple of little bruises, but no serious bruising. I've been very happy. So this truck that's really meant for desert running and just desert running and fast speed and jumping, this truck is actually also very good at moving slowly, which I think I showed, and we showed in this video. All right, so you guys are probably wondering about price. I know I have the key in my pocket. You're probably wondering about price. So let's get down to business. The truck starts before destination charges at $69,995. You add destination, it becomes almost 72 grand. I think 71,800 something. So this truck has a $10,000 package, level 1 it's called, and it includes some of the stuff I talked about, including even dual wireless chargers, a passenger side screen, massaging seats, all that stuff, all the luxury stuff, everything rolled into one, including hands-free driving. And the final price on this truck, with a couple of other options like that step I scratched, $85,115. But listen to this. We recently tested a GMC Sierra 1500 84X AEV edition that cost $88,000 at the sticker price. I'm not talking about discounts or incentives right now. I'm just talking about sticker price. So at 85, this is a lot of money, but it also is cheaper, less expensive than many F-150 Raptors and also many other high-end off-road trucks from other manufacturers. So I think this truck still offers really good value, and it has good capability, as you saw in this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you excited by this? Do you wish it had a V8 sound? Are you totally cool with twin turbos? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and Jen and I will see you in the next video.